Good morning. Abu. The boss I don't think. No, leave, don't leave him. Good morning. Sorry I've not been responding to your emails. I've been thinking, but I've not had time to reply. But I can see some of you have made pretty bad decisions. I'll respond to them after today, and then we can talk on phone. But that's not what this class is for. This class is for your stock pitch, because it's a 2-hour class, so we're just going to refine your stock pitch in preparation for your interviews. I gave you guys a list of stocks you could possibly pitch. Did you guys all pick your stocks? I told you this was the most important part for your interview, so I assume that by now you guys have refined it. Have you?
I didn't pick any of those yet.
Did you have, so if you interview us today, what stock are you going to pitch? That's local. I told you not to do that. Person interviewing you, what does he know about Cadbury in Nigeria? We can't judge you fairly now. If someone has pitched Apple and he has all the details of Apple, you're pitching Cadbury in Nigeria. There's no way you can judge you fairly. That's why I give you guys a list. How many guys have picked stuff from the list? Because you've not picked, okay, what are you? If you've not picked yet, then you're going to make my class longer. So you guys go back upstairs and look at the board and go and pick, and then I'm going to have to leave you guys for 15 minutes, because I'm supposed to teach you guys today. This is my last class. So if you've not picked yet, I'm going to spend half of the class doing what you guys are supposed to have done on your own. You're supposed to have done it on your own, then I'll refine it. Because when the interview? Not up here. This is my last class, is it? If I don't refine it for you, you end up spending credit, because I won't call you. You end up spending credit calling me for 30 minutes to explain to you. So you're supposed to have picked it, then I'll just help you refine this class and we'll finalize. Now you've not even picked it, and I took page 20 stocks out, so I even told you what to long and what to share. How many of you guys have picked anything? What did you pick? Zendesk, and you have all the details on it. Okay. Who else? Okay, what? Which one? Okay, and you define all the details. Who else? Only all you? Who else? So the rest of you. Start. When I make corrections, listen. Because I'm supposed to make corrections to every single person, but in half of the class I've not even done it. That's focus on this. So just start. And then I'll make corrections.
Good morning. After that, teaching long and longer. Zendesk is an online customer service company. Let's put that in student and engineer services and components of the research the teacher learn on Zendesk because of the project in the internet. Zendesk has been able to increase the value of it from over 700% after its IPO in 2014 at $9 per share, 2020 at over $2 per share. Zendesk offers customer service to major multinational technology companies like Slack, Facebook, and the like. And Zendesk has also been able to increase the revenue year on year from 2016 to 20-70% over 22%, and is on the course of reducing costs by establishing.
So let me pause it so you don't miss me, so I don't forget my train of thought. When you said they increase revenue by 20%, find something that drives it. Just say something like, this was due to launch of it could be anything actually. Find a driver for it. So this was due to the launch of a new product, or this was due to expansion into XYZ market, or this was due to signing up XYZ customer. But tie something to the revenue increase, and then you're about to move into cost. Also tie something into the cost reduction. They use blah 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 blah, they reduce the employees, just find a way to do it. Something. Sounds correct as you're talking. Thank you.
Vendors have been able to reduce costs through this is because they've been establishing um, companies in various parts of the world, and currently on the verge of launching their new resources in Dubai. And
So just say things like deep expansion into new markets. So is that how that the way that's supposed to be drive the revenue, not cut costs actually. So you should add this under increasing of revenue. So driving costs, just mumble something about how they've become operationally more efficient, blah 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 blah. Just something vague. But I just don't want you to drop the number reductions without tying something to it. Just so you know what you're saying.
And then finally, analysts are expecting reduction in the loss per share of about 16% from $26 to $22 per share.
Do you know why analysts said that? So if you read the analyst report, they always give you a reason. So it could be something like as much as top line. So remember what causes loss per share is top line is growing. It's slower than. So I have 10 naira. I've grown to 12 naira. But before I used to spend, that's my revenue. But before I used to spend 6 naira. Now I used to spend like 15 naira. I'm spending more than my revenue. So the idea is that your costs should constantly be reducing so that your loss per share can come down. So that analyst report, for example, will say something like, oh, due to increasing revenue lines or due to revenues growing faster than cost, loss per share is reducing. Just go back into the analyst report, pick out a one-liner. Like according to consensus analyst report on Wall Street, vendors is forecast to get a lower loss per blah 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 because you know what I mean?
I'll be taking the trade at $60 per share, a stop loss at $45 per share, and take profit at $25 per share.
60, 45, 70 what? That's too small. You're not making it. You're just risky. So you're willing to lose how much for how much? Make how much?
Okay. 60, 45, and 90.
Exactly, much better. So make sure that your take profit is substantial enough to. Yeah. Okay. So refine these things. I think you should refine and you still pick to me if I. So I mean, I'll going to come back to you again. Next. For those of you that don't have a stock, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to correct to. So you guys just listen to this guy. So ideally, I'm supposed to correct everybody's page. This should be your final company before your interview. So you're not supposed to change it again. You should just constantly work on it to your interview. So those that don't have, listen to this guy because nothing I can do for you at this stage. I can't spend half of my class making it go and start all over again. Makes no sense. Next. Good morning. That's right. You don't do it again? Huh? Okay. I'm waiting. Who else picked your stock? You, Southwestern Airlines. Go ahead. Morning.
So, as of last year, Southwestern Airlines was performing for better.
You missed the first step. Where is your headquarters? What is listed on? What is the index? There are like some basic steps you should never miss because if you miss it, you're going to throw off. If that guy is, some interviewers are idiots. Yeah, they would not pay attention to you. They're probably on their phone, on their laptop. But the moment you start saying things like they're listed on airway, they will raise up their head. If you jump, he's going to ask you at some point, and he's going to distract you like, what are you pitching? You get my point, and then you're already confused. So make sure that you touch the name of the airline company multiple times via. Do you know? Do you have a mark? Do you know where to make it to markers? Don't never miss the first part of it. So It's just like it's a very simple flow. It's a very simple flow. You don't miss it. So it's the name of company, HQ, where it's listed, is a component of any of the indices. Before you now talk about summary of the company, before you now get into numbers, it's just a simple format. This thing is actually like, yeah. So start all over again.
So it's part of the airline industry, and
There's nothing like that, I'm sure. But then just figure it out, yeah. When you get there, find out what it belongs to. If it doesn't belong to anything, don't say anything. Go ahead.
the company was established early in 1967 and it was trained to start with airline company.
You know, I don't think you need that detail. Your time constraint when you're doing an interview, so just take out the very unnecessary stuff. So just go. The company was established in 19 something, and it has evolved over the years. Continue.
So the company is very known as an airline company that provides very cheap that provides tickets for the customers, and it is known throughout the years as one of the biggest airline companies. That's why we say it's known as number one biggest airline.
There's a word for it. It's called budget airline. It's like, don't take it. So it's the biggest budget airline. Is it the biggest budget airline in America?
That's the largest
Fleet.
number of flights, number of customers.
So to say it is the airline, it's the budget airline with the largest amount of destinations or airport. Just find the exact word and say it and then move on quickly.
So the budget airline is the biggest number of customer flights taken per day, and also if you live in the US, it's over 100 destinations, including 10 other countries. So last year, Southwest Airlines was the most performing, so the airline in the
So it's the best performing stock where? The airline subsector of the New York Stock Exchange. Is that it? So use that kind of English. The best performing stock in the airline or aviation subsector of the New York Stock Exchange. Are you sure of that? Are you sure of that detail? If you're not, if you're, just write it down. If that's it, then that's what you say. So you just say last year, over the last 2 years, Southwest has been the best performing stock in the aviation subsector of the New York Stock Exchange. Okay. But be sure the information is right. Go ahead.
Southwest Airlines was the best performing stock, best performing major stock, airline stock in the US and the New York Stock Exchange.
Exactly. So put it this way. Southwest Airline was the best performing aviation stock or the best performing stock in the aviation subsector of the New York Stock Exchange. So put it that way and then it comes out clear. Subsector of the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah.
So, it's open, it's closed last year, it's closed like that.
But are you pitching long or short?
I'm thinking long because
Why are you pitching long? I mean, so last year they were the best performing stock doesn't mean they're the best performing stock. So you have to explain why you think it's still going to do well. You've not said anything. What are they increasing new routes? They buy new planes? Do they have new technology that make customers flock to them?
they are trying to create an
Yes, I get that part. But have you got it? Are you still going to get to the part where they don't want them to buy it? Have you said that part or you passed it already? Okay.
So, this is on temporal and unanticipated issues in the company. So far, it has majorly been affected.
That's really vague. What's temporal and unanticipated? What's the issue?
Okay,
Because you don't want to be interviewing and someone will stop you and ask you what are the issues. Then you lose your train of thought and then you start stumbling after you answer a question. So don't say anything vague. There's nothing like temporal and unanticipated. What is the issue? Did they kill someone? You get my point? Go straight to the issue.
one of the issues coming at
So just you know the company has faced, then see the issues, not some. The company has faced, then slam, bang, bang, bang.
The company has said even though it is causing cost of growth, when when represents 25% of its annual cost, and this is recently the price hike in petrol is causing
Aviation fuel, not petrol.
this is the hike in aviation for this
Due to increasing crude oil prices.
increasing global fuel prices, and it's causing for that increase. Also, that face a major issue public this is its airline on 2017. One of its airline had an accident which killed a it killed a passenger because it was the first major airline that
Let
covered by
let the crash that killed one passenger.
Yes.
One of crash is that.
That's what is going on.
Okay. So just structure it like this. So airline has had challenges this year. I mean, so one major challenge has been increase in aviation fuel, increase in price of aviation fuel due to global increases in crude oil prices. Two, they had a major incident that led to the death of one person. What's that one?
The third one is there are some around like about 30 of their bills with their bills with the
Are you pitching long yourself? But then you're pushing your person that is interviewing is already thinking you're going to say short actually. Because I mean you're highlighting the flaws, right? I mean every company has flaws, but if you're pitching it long, then you're subduing the flaws and amplifying the positive. But you spend like what? 2 minutes talking about the flaws. When I didn't talk about the positive. So what was the reason why? Okay, no, let me help you. What was the reason why they should buy that stock?
So fundamentally, the company has been doing what fundamentally
What does that mean?
in terms of sales, revenue.
What was their last quarter? Did they make it? Was there an increase in year on year? Last quarter report. Okay. So I think the way it works is you've amplified the negative. So left me, I'll take your pitching in short. Sit down there, figure out what the positives will be, and then structure your pitch. So I've completed the first part of the pitch, that's fine. So, looking for something. Looking for something. Okay. So, I've completed the first part. Now find the positives, add to that part, then the final part will not be that easy part like, oh, buy a decrease, take a stop loss, blah, blah, blah. But sit down and do it. I'm going to get back to you again. Alright, next. Next. Shoot. Do you have a stock already? What's the stock? Good. So, and you've worked on it already. But you've done some work on it, like and correct on it. You think so? It's like a yes or no. Like but you know something. What was the what? You should have done some work, like and correct. Okay. What of you? You have a stock? What interview? Bamo? You allow them to switch after the. Which interview selected you? Eh? This page. So investment banking before. I don't think Philemon is the right person to say that because Philemon is in S&T. So Philemon is pushing up to his strong point. If he was interviewed by an investment banking person, I'm sure he would never have said that. So if I'm pushing out here now, what you're gonna learn? It looks like what 10 hours or 11 hours of classes. So Philemon interviewed her. Philemon is an S&T. Philemon is my class. He's an S&T person. And then if he interviews her and then he's interviewing her for IBD and he's not impressed with IBD, so you're pushing her to S&T. How much of IBD does he know to push her to S&T? Tell me about it. Yeah, let her go up there every day. Speak to them about it, but I don't think she should move because I mean we've done 12 hours already, and even when people have done 12 hours, they are still starving. So how you going to start? Yeah. So speak to them about it. No, she do. So you've done. You didn't miss any of the IBD classes. Yeah. Senior Solar is okay. Since I was IBD, let's talk about IBD. So in here, you coming as a disservice because you now push up for S&T interview and then you get a start off. Is there IBD class today? What's wrong with taking by? Okay. Make sure she goes off. You can stay here, but make sure she goes off IBD class. Don't let Philemon scatter your London dream. So yeah, why still here? You want to be here? Because you have to start. I mean, it's quite a lot, and I don't have time. I don't have plenty time again. So unless you feel like you can attach to someone that will teach you, it's quite a lot actually. And they have to prepare for themselves also. So I don't think it makes anything unless you don't like IBD, unless it's what you want yourself, and you're ready to make the effort. Is that what you want? So Philemon asked 2 questions in IBD, Abby. What was the question? What did you say? Why did you come to S&T from day one? You was a good Jew. Next time, it's because you want to go to Jew. Nice. No. Okay, but I think you should go back to IBD. And then maybe, so you're applying for Bank of America and Goldman. When is Bank of America? August. When is Goldman? So maybe you can balance it. You can do 1-1. See whether, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't even think switch to this time after 13 hours of classes. Next. Check. Claire. Read the voice a bit. Well, you like Honeywell? No, I am here to teach you going long on Honeywell. Honeywell is part of an index. I don't know whether it's Dow or the Nasdaq. Honeywell is part of an index. Is it Dow or the Nasdaq? Dow probably. Just check. Then if you check, then add it to it. So Honeywell is listed on the Honeywell trades on the New York Stock Exchange and is a component of the Dow 30 or Nasdaq 100. So find that and add it to it. Continue. That's earnings, $2. That's earnings of $2 or EPS. Exactly. So why do you say earnings? Earnings means revenue. Where was this? So it's put which EPS is this? You have to timestamp it. So second code. Exactly. So it says Honeywell posted a Q2 EPS of. So otherwise you just say posted an EPS, but an EPS from 1990. Q2 18 EPS of. Good.
However, revenue fell to
That's what I think. The revenue is with the EPS and stuff. Oh, because EPS is revenue and profit. Go ahead.
revenue fell to $1 billion
Under the same period, always put them in the
that's over.
because you see revenues fell from X to Y under the same period so under the EPS period Q2 18, and then you just say, and what was analyst forecast? You put your phone on silent, please. What was analyst forecast for revenues? Do you know it? Since you already used analyst forecast for EPS, you could also say something like, and revenues fell from 1 billion, fell to 1 billion, falling short of analyst expectations of 1.2 billion. Exactly. Since you already mentioned it for EPS, just stay consistent with revenues also. Go ahead. And you have to do the reason why it fell. Okay. So, yeah, falling short of analyst expectations of announced number. Okay. You know what? So that is a subsidiary there. Okay, so what caused this decline in revenue? So just asterisk it and find it. You need to tie it to something. So it shows that you know what I'm saying. The decline in revenue was led by, say, blah, blah, someone died and they didn't bury him or something. Revenue grew again. Just say revenue declined. Net income, which one grew? No. If EPS went higher, it means net income would have gone higher. If revenue that dropped, but because they're operationally efficient, net income went higher. Don't mix it up. EPS is EPS is a function of net income. That's why I stopped that and asked you that how the revenues drop and EPS grew. So what would, in this scenario, I'm assuming that revenues went down, but because they were operationally more efficient, profits went slightly up, meaning EPS went up. So before you start by saying EPS went up, then you say revenues went down. That's the next thing you said now. You said net profit. Net income went down. Now is EPS up. Unless they have less shares in circulation. So what I'm assuming happened is, correctly, go back and research and make sure it's right. What I'm assuming happened is revenues went down, but net income went up. And if net income goes up, EPS will go up. Because the EPS calculation is net income divided by total number of outstanding shares. So if net income is going up, or if net income is going down, how is EPS up? But revenues can actually go down and net income will be up because maybe you fire a lot of employees, you don't have a lot of daily fat, so you're still very lean. Do you get? So check those things properly. So I think what happened is revenue is down, net income is up, EPS is up. And he'll do an explanation why revenue went down. Cross check it and just by the time we do the second round, you should know. Okay, go ahead. Okay. What was the revenue? Okay. Good. No, but why do you have to say that? That should have been when you're introducing honey rock. So by now you're told, no, it shouldn't be there. It should be up. It should be that part after you said the diversified blah 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 operating in 4 segments before you now move to this level. So take it back up. Okay. So just ignore that now. You do it in your correction. So continue. What is making you fuck? So you want to go long? What's the reason why you want to go long? So you think there'll be continual strength? Yeah, so you say. So you say because you say what is going to drive long. So I'm pitching a long on Honeywell because I see, based on the strength of Q1 and Q2, and based on XYZ they've done, I see strong continual sales growth across across the 4 different segments over the next 2 quarters. So you now put your long. But you always have to tie a reason to it. You just put your long. Right. How much is it really for now? Okay, so you put a TP at 170. What's the stop loss? And sometimes I think you should. Sometimes you should actually like. I don't know that you should give a reason for a TP or stop loss. Okay, go ahead. I'll think about it.
So I'll take my stop loss at 1.
Okay, clap for him, please. So refine it and then we'll do it second time. Next. Chop, next. We'll have limited time. Shoot. You're done, I didn't have a stock, have you?
Yes, I have Calgary.
Calgary, Nigeria. But I clearly told you guys not to speak Nigerian stock. Okay. What are you going to do? You want to do that? You want to sit down and do it instead of putting Calgary? There's nobody new. You want to Twitter now? Are you ready to go? Shoot.
Yeah, we keep saying the short on Twitter and on Twitter.
Yes, Nigeria.
Twitter is a new social networking services in the internet industry that social infrastructure and transmission California United States. It is created on the European Stock Exchange and the continent evidence on Twitter and currently trades at $8.60 per share. Yeah. The revenue grew by 24% year-on-year to $711 billion, as reported in their second quarter earnings. This was due to the fact that Twitter expanded and despite the fraud and fake suspicious accounts people said they still return and their users, the activity of their users increased by 11%. Though as of yesterday, there was a report.
You can't use that of yesterday because your interview is in August. So as of Q2.
Okay. So as of Q2, their users declined by 1 million owing to the suspicious and fake accounts like what is happening in Facebook right now. So
Not right now. What happened in Facebook in Q2?
what happened in Facebook in Facebook?
Right. Because I know you're practicing, doesn't mean your interview is not now. No? So just relate to the context of them. But go ahead. Okay, fine. Finish your work. Next. I think you have to go there. Have you? There's no, I'm pretty sure there's nothing like Nasdaq sort of thing. So you should correct that. Listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Or is that not where it's listed? Yeah, is it a component of the Nasdaq?
Yes.
Exactly. So it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange and it's a component of the Nasdaq 100. Go ahead. No. It's a tech stock. And that's why I tell you to pitch it. It's not like it's not doing well in the market. Dropbox is because they're a tech company. Tech companies are allowed to make losses for a while. So those numbers, even though they're bad, seemingly, they're not bad for tech companies. So what tech companies do is they start by making a lot of pen. Next year, they make a lot of space. Next one, they make a lot of so they keep making losses, but they start cutting losses down so they become profitable. But the market gives them bandwidth. So because they grow fast. So the market allows them to grow and spend money while growing. hoping that at some point they'll become profitable. So this happened to Facebook for like 6 years, and then suddenly they became that very big company. So Dropbox is not a bad company actually. They're not bringing bad in the market in terms of stock price. Their results might be bad, but if you notice, the negatives will be reducing. So if you go and check last quarter results, and this is actually a very good page. This is a good community page. So if you compare, you always say things like they keep cutting their losses. So EPS in January was maybe negative 10. Q2 has become negative 8. You see that the EPS is like it's constantly like going negative. One day it's going to get to 0, then it's going to move to positive. So you have to look to pitch and make them understand that. And this thing you're pitching to clearly knows it's a tech company. So tech company then, and it just got listed last year. It's not a year. So figure a way to play the story like, oh yeah, I'm making revenues and the stock market knows this. Even Twitter is not profitable yet. Still negative also. So the stock market will know this, but then as long as they keep cutting those losses and making them smaller every single quarter, then they get better. So I stopped you at they're not doing at the market. I'm looking there. Being a tech company. No, that's not what you say. You say being a tech company and spending a lot of cash in expansion and then growing out the business. Being a tech company, so they're not mature yet. So only really like what for something years old. Twitter is like what 7 years old. So they've been a tech company that is still spending a lot of cash in expansion and growing the market. Dropbox has been cutting their loss per share or reducing their losses over the next. Now put numbers there. Attend that lesson. So say being a tech company. Yeah, so being a tech company that spends. So let me give you context so you understand. So you're not cramming. Tech companies need to spend a lot of money at the initial stage to conquer the world. It's after they finish conquering the world, they will now reduce the money they're spending on expansion and start operating like a proper company. So Twitter needs to be in Nigeria now. They're not bothered about profit. They just need to come to Nigeria and take billboards everywhere. Do you understand? So because of that, tech companies spend a lot in the first 10 years and they mostly take losses. But like by the 11th year, they now start like reducing their spending because they're already in Nigeria for example, we don't have to spend more money. Do you get? So the way you pitch it is Dropbox being a tech company spends a lot of cash on global expansion and getting market share, and as a result, they are still loss making at the moment. But the loss has steadily declined over the last 3 or 4 quarters. They've declined from -4 to -3 to -2. You can bring it down like that. Yes, go ahead. Let's go ahead. Anyway, you remember you stopped. Just continue. Are you pitching long or short? Okay, go ahead. Jump please. Did you talk about their numbers as well? Yeah, revenues. You did that already. Did you do the EPS? Do that part again. That was the revenue after IPO. Have they released any quarterly reports in the IPO? They had an IPO like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. They don't think. So what you do is everybody this ending season now. So between now and next week, they will drop their quarterly reports. Look for it. Look for it and update your thoughts. I'm still going to speak to you guys maybe once on phone for interview. So by then I would want new numbers. So if your interview is in September, it means most of you will be using Q2 numbers. So we will use Q3 numbers because Q3 is out in September. Q3 is out in September. Most of you will use Q2 numbers, or you can use and that lazy way to do it is you can use 17 numbers full year. You just stick to the year. You won't pick any quarter. Stick to the year number they did last year. That way you can get complete data. But for Dropbox you can't because they just listed 3 months ago. So you have to use these Q2 numbers. Yeah, sure. Dropbox is a good pitch and it seems like you understand what you're saying. So just keep refining it. Okay. Are you done? So why long? Okay, you said why long. So no, you not said why long. Okay. So you know what you do? Go on Twitter and type why should I buy Dropbox stock? You get a million answers there. They are refining. There's a reason why people buy tech stocks after IPO. Go to Twitter and type why. Go to Google and type why should I buy Dropbox stocks. When you see it, you see the reasons why. Because I mean, exactly. So there'll be reasons why now. You know what? It's a file sharing site. There'll be a focus for file sharing market, and they'll tell you that Dropbox has like 50% market share, and will probably go to 70% market share. Blah 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 blah. You go and find why people are buying Dropbox stocks, and then put it in your page. Yeah, you can say, I mean, they scale as Apple skills because they are pre-installed. Are they pre-installed on Apple phones? No, there's no Dropbox on my phone. But I mean, go find any reason to tie the revenue growth. The reason why people should buy it. No, but you're not done. So go ahead. At what point are you buying the stop loss, blah, blah, blah? What price is it now? Okay. Go. I mean, you still have an average price. I mean, I have like, my price was like 12. I think Femi will start 12.30. Okay. Next. Who else has the stock? Shoot. Go and stand on stage. After him, who else has the stock? For those of you that don't have stock, you don't have a stock? What? What's the name? G. Yeah, but then pitch it and I can make correction now. Who else? Have you done yours? Okay. Okay, fine. Who else? So the remaining guys don't have stock. You guys are going to pitch it. Only spirit and intelligence. Now it's today you're on Starbucks. Who else? Who else hasn't pitched yet? Who else hasn't pitched yet? Everybody has pitched at this. 1, Starbucks, 2, down. Alright, go ahead. Which one? You talk fast like this, so you have to slow it down. You have to slow it down. It's easy for you to do that when you're talking like this. But with interviewers, you already have a Nigerian accent. So you just keep stopping. What do you say? Or to destabilize it. So you have to pick your word. 1. But I know I did the interview today. I had to tell me to do it. 1. Because he kept stopping me. What did you say? I'm like, then what did you say? I didn't hear you. Actually, your phone interviews. Like you had. So whenever you have interviews, pick your word. Go to the front of the mirror and practice how to pick your word 1 by 1. Start again. Can you guys see the way it started? This is not what I thought about it. This is like an amazing start also. So see that you don't have to listen to me. This is not I taught you to start, but this is also a good start also. We talked about the share price before we went into the company. I'm not saying you guys can copy it. If you can't do it, don't do it. If you can't do it, do the one they taught you. Go ahead. I'm going to give you 1K. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why do they want to buy shares and everything? I think I am not very important company that instead of the company trading to the value of it, I feel that the company current and that will give you a less than 1, then that
you have to be careful on this side because you don't want the guy to make you start defining what page. So sometimes when you say all those things that are seemingly big, I think you don't know, even though you know it. It stops you and tells you to tell you what PG means and if you apply to this context, but distract you. So go ahead.
So that is PG ratio. PG ratio
You know what PG ratio means, have you? Okay, go ahead.
the PG ratio is when the PG is really good.
No, you don't have to explain. Like, I'm just saying, you know it in case he asks you for the minute. So go on with your pitch.
The PG ratio is less than 1, but just from 8 Some very PG ratio is also less than 1, just from 8 Also, the price to value is less than 1. So this one means that the company shares according to the value, which relies or which depends the possibility
This is the guy that went to my news assignment. So he has given a reason why to buy the stock without even putting a fundamental. This is the only person that's gone into this assignment actually. Every other person just went on to just copy and paste. Because clearly this is the only, so this is the only reason I've seen why someone should buy a stock. Every other thing makes sense fundamentally, but you found the stock that's undervalued in the market and the company is doing well. So without even saying the company is going to sell 1 million insurance, if you tell the interviewer that a company stock is undervalued, even though revenues are up, it's a good buy. It's a long. It's easy to convince them. If only you just put in more effort to your work. Right.
because one of the companies tend to find for anything. Yeah, the company is actually committed to doing further value. For example, the company is committed to maintaining a completely different reality.
What's going to drive to this stage? You have to tie something to you, like are they releasing a new product? Are they testing new markets? So you know that because they're kind of a mature company, if you see they're going to enter a good phase, something has to drive it. Something that okay.
You actually have to energize the think of it. They are currently targeting their mental movement for containers. And it's also a big deal. These ones are actually doing something of position that I think they will be
No, don't define baby boomers for an American interview. You know what it means.
and the currently constitute about 20% of the American population, which is actually big. Also, I believe that the company is just going to sell the American military consumers. Because
Don't drag it for too long. So move. I think you explained enough. So move straight to the share price. When you're buying, take profit, stop loss.
I've gone to the market at 19.5 stock price, because I'm actually pricing it prices to increase that.
So what you say is because you're not giving a lot of technical reasons. You say things like based on all this, the ability to raise long, or based on the current share price is like 19, but I see like 100% growth in next 1 year. So it's 1920. Based on what you said, 1920 is kind of small. Like 19 to 30 and to the very. So go ahead. So you say based on all this, yeah, because you've given a lot of reasons actually. So you guys clap for him, please. So go back and refine it, then you have one more page before I bounce. Next. Mr. Starbucks, are you ready? You two are not ready yet? No, you have to go. Because I have to correct you because you only have two slots, and the other one is very short. So you have to go whatever you have. You're gonna have a diamond. Are you ready? You ready? Include. Was what? Are you short or long? You're going long on a company that just put it out of the index. A company that's fired 30% of the employees over the last 1 year, including my friends. You want to go long? A company that's shedding that much weight. Of course, you should go short on G. Why go long on G? Unless you are seeing what every other person is not seeing. They fire their CEO, they fire their entire executive team. Joan, sorry. Joan, Levi said someone called and you didn't pick up. Levi said someone just called and you didn't pick up. Right. Don't explain what from AK means to an interviewer. He works in investment banking, probably a VP. Call level. Sorry. Okay. Oh, sorry, 1 second, please. I don't want to miss your step. Go ahead. I've told you. You probably called you in a same line. I'm not ready for your pitch. The pitch is still a bit scattered. The pitch is scattered. Go back and refine it. Starbucks.
work and expanding into assessment, delivering analytical and also delivering new products with new innovations from being talking to other brands. That one way of using is for um, cutting the emissions in financial systems and also see the efficiency of the expense management. You start with CPS at 1.9. You start with CPS at 1.9 and 1.9. Year-on-year, connecting from 2010 and it's currently at 2.35, which is a very large increase above the rate of 50%. And also, it is a high dividend using company. It can easily
Go back, Harry. Sit down. Refine your plate. Let's talk about it. Let's see. You guys are clearly unprepared. I came to waste my time today. Yep. After giving you like 5 weeks to practice it, it's on you anyways. I'll be less bothered actually. You call me for your interview, I'll do my best. But it's you and your interviewer. I've done my best. Let's talk about it. What's the first thing to go? Now I'm timing this because we have very limited time. So now 2 minutes quickly. For those of you that didn't do your assignment or you didn't think you should focus on this, listen to these guys and correct them because there's really as much correction I can do for you guys if you don't complete it. So this is the final dry run. After this, you can only call me once for one interview for your one mock interview for your main interview. Shoot. Remember the old stuff of stepping to. I don't think your stock pitch will be the first thing. I think they normally. I don't know who. I think speak one of who that interviewed last year. So I need to get an idea of how. Things have probably changed over the years. So I'll speak to someone I interviewed last year. By the time I'm calling you guys, I'll be able to get it. Sorry. I'll be able to get a sense of how. Get a sense of how the flow will be. Because I'm assuming that they don't ask you for the stock pitch. Immediately you come in. And then sometimes I'm supposed to teach. Yeah, you can sit down. Sit up there. There was a particular year where instead of stock pitches, they flipped it and told them to do sector pitches, which was very hard. So I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't think it will happen again. I need to pick one of the guys that did SRT interview last year, the last batch. Who was the SRT interview for? Either Bama or Goldman? Nobody. So I don't know whether they had the stock pitch last year. Do you think they had the stock pitch last batch? Okay. Just let me find one person I can speak to. By the time I call them, I know what to prepare them for. But there was a year they flipped it to sector pitch. So you have to look at the stock you're pitching. It's very easy. You look at the stock you're pitching, then learn a bit more about the sector. Not too much. So that if you see sector pitch, you can pitch technology, for example. You pitch insurance. You pitch where are you? Yeah, exactly. So you pitch tech also. You pitch tech. So look a bit more at the sector. And then in case they push you there, you can pitch the sector, but there's a way you can also get back to the stock pretty quickly. While pitching the sector, like for example, this stock, which is strong in this sector, you now quickly summarize the stock pitch. It helps. So you start with the sector. If they ask for the sector pitch, like sector is growing, blah blah blah, overall, blah blah blah, then all blah blah blah, fast growing, blah. Just spend like 50 seconds on it. Like for example, the strong indicator of the strength in that sector is, pitching long. So I don't know if you're pitching short. I don't know. Maybe, or obviously, you say sector is on a downward spiral. You now bring out your shorts and like as evidenced by Twitter going XYZ. So take it. Just look at the sector as a whole. Put it in your head. Don't let it confuse you too much. There's not a lot of numbers there anyway, so don't let it confuse you too much. So for sector, just learn about the sector. Then when the questions come, you can always push your company under. But priority, I think, is going to be your actual stock pitch. But after that, any other thing that comes, just add it together. Okay, go.
Although Zendesk still report negative earnings, this is a common feature of customers to companies in their sort of state. Zendesk has been able to consistently reduce their negative earnings per share year on year from about 28 negative $20 per share to over to negative $20 per share. And analysts are predicting that this one will continue when there's a delay in the Q2 report. Leading the negative earnings per share from negative $20 per share by 16% negative $24 per share. And then there has been consistently improving its output globally. Currently, recently launching an office in the Middle East, Dublin, using Dubai, and increasing customer output. Zendesk currently offers services to small and medium, over 125,000 small and medium businesses, and over 100 multinational tech companies slash Tesco and Shopify. Zendesk, I was doing lunch on the show, I was doing lunch on Zendesk at $15 per share, take profit at $9 and surplus at $40.
Just keep refining, yeah? Next.
I mean, India, I was thinking on how to say, after airline is exercising, that after that, the system in US and the part of the airline sector. So it was established in 1967 as part of the future. That was around 1970. Southwest Airlines presently paid at $8.4 and last year was just appointment of the airline corporate of the beginning of 2016. So this is challenging the country area. It is shared by the share the transport spending time from the opening side. Some of the challenges include the rising fuel costs due to delivery to the CS driving. It also experienced a major incident which took that area. So that aside, the company has been doing this fundamentally as it matched that this is the Q1 result and this is the match if you want to match last year's Q1, the company has the 10 million increase in the revenue last year. And I expect the sector to see that I have $70, and I expect the two rates to grow up to 16 times, so that we save at 9.6 times. So one of the reasons that just continuous growth in the software is diversifying into a new, it is expanding into a new country Hawaii, and also it is starting a new uh, international carbon shipping program. It started July. That these are many reasons, in the financial year. Also, the company had a new reservation system which is based on the efficiency,
Hello.
and
Hello.
one of
Hello.
the strategies in
Hello.
reducing fare everything is further is the addition of new airlines, is the addition of new airlines. And also the company is also, the CEO announced earlier last month that it will be raising again by additional into the toll driving. So it will be less affected by further increase in toll driving. And also the company is also reducing its non-profit, which represents 25% of operating costs by 3%.
Where are you buying? What price? What's the
So
stop loss?
I will
Oh, you finished your stock without even buying the stock.
I'll be buying at
Based on all this,
based on all this, I'll be buying at
I would go long
I
at
will go long at 3.5. My preferred
5 points. So you keep refining it. Next. Who's the next person now? I don't know the way we went. Hello. Who's next? You better scared. Oh yeah. Shoot. for your final preparation for the stock pitch. By the next. Who's next? Question. Who's supposed to go after her? Do you guys want me to clap? My time is up. I mean, don't know. What are you scared? There's no correction or correct. Clear? Okay, you can say. Are you tensed? Are you tensed? Oh yeah, Bella.
I'm thinking a lot of here. Here in the middle of the connection sense, the movement industry, eco-service and some Francisco California University. We put on the New York Stock Exchange the company that is S&P 500. The current trade at $13.63 per share. At the end of the trading week, their stock price fell by 21% to 4.1, the biggest individual decline since February 2014 for their stock. This was due to the fact that the company's business fell by 1 million less. The business fell by 1 million. It's similar to Facebook recent fire sale on the back of the slowing user growth. Now, aside the fact that this happened to the sector, I'm proposing only the fact that some are incredibly well, are very good at contributing to $711 million. If they are advertising sales, having a good website with the appliance and has the personalized feature of the business, such that there was 20% of the number has if they listed about $30 million, the extra what they listed in the product. Also, the international revenue grew by 44%, and their sales in the United States grew by 10%, and in Japan, during 2011, market grew by 55%, generating $123 million. I'll be entering, I'll be saying that the price is wrong, and I'll be entering at $35.12. You can take profit of $40.12, the stock loss of $41.12, and $2.2.
But yeah, because you didn't do the first one. You didn't do the first one. So do it again so I can hear it clear.
Alright, thank you. And so, I'm proposing actually.
Name, HQ listed in the summary numbers.
Okay, so I'll be. Yeah, thank you. So I'm picking a number of speaker. Speaker is a movement to connect to service. So the business industry, technical infrastructure, and California University. It's put on the New York Stock Exchange and the company for the S&P 500. And currently trades at $4.1 per share. At the end of the trading week, the stock price fell by 21% to $4.40, and that was the biggest single day fall since February 2014. Now, this was due to the fact that the company users fell by 1 million month-on-month, similar to Facebook recent fire sale on the back of their declining user growth. Now, aside the fact that their stock price has reduced, I was proposing along only due to the company's performance, where on there are the revenue by 24% to $711 million, due to their advertising space, having improved their site to personalize for the users. On their mobile app, they created a section called the Explore section, and this section has generated $30 billion revenue.
30 billion, Twitter, lie. Ah, Jesus. Clap for her. That was very clear. Next. Who are you? Next. This is how far I am from you, so speak out. Family. This guy did that part. Go ahead. Start again. Huh? It's not open a bit. But was it locked from inside? From inside. Where was the key at the mouth there? That's actually weird. Because the key is always at the mouth on the other side. I'm coming. You practice how to use the louder voice. I'm coming. I'm not allowed to talk. I can't talk now. Since I'm not eating. So that place I shouted. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not eating again. Let's take a run. Are you done? No, I'm not going to happen. This company that was $1 billion in market cap. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be going long on Dropbox. Dropbox is a tech company headquartered at San Francisco, California, and listed on the New York Stock Exchange. As of last year, their revenue was $1.1 billion and net income was $111 million, but their EPS was minus 0.26. Dropbox operates as a service company used to sharing and uploading files, videos, and pictures. I'll be going long on Dropbox. Dropbox is a tech company headquartered at San Francisco, California, and listed on the New York Stock Exchange. As of last year, their revenue was $1.1 billion and net income was $111 million. $111 million. As a tech company, Dropbox is doing great in the market that by acquiring other security and machinery companies and also expanding their company by acquiring Tel Aviv in Israel. Dropbox is also up. Dropbox is okay. I'll be going on Dropbox. Dropbox is a tech company headquartered at San Francisco, California. Dropbox is a tech company headquartered at San Francisco, California, and also traded on the New York Stock Exchange. As of last year, their revenue was $1.1 billion and net income was $111 million. Dropbox operates as a service company and offers a platform that enables users to share videos, files, and pictures. Dropbox, as at the end of 20, okay, Drop, well, being a new tech company, they are looking into diversifying and also acquiring other machinery and security companies, and also expanding, trying to cut losses and yes, trying to cut losses. Even I'll be going on Dropbox. Dropbox is a tech company headquartered at San Francisco, California. It's a tech Dropbox is a tech company that is into cloud sharing, videos pictures and picture sharing. It operates it is traded on the New York Stock Exchange, headquartered at San Francisco, California, traded on the New York Stock Exchange and listed on Nasdaq 100. Or it's a component of Nasdaq 100. As of last year, their revenue was 1.1. By the time Dropbox filed for IPO, their revenue was $1.1 billion, net income was $111 million, and the share price was $21 per share, while their EPS was -$0.26. Being an early tech company, Dropbox spends a lot on expansion and acquiring other business to get market share. As of now, they plan on reducing their expenses, increasing their expenses, making them have a negative market share, negative EPS.
So you're spending so much money to account, and then you're spending more than you're making, you're not profitable. You're not profitable, negative. So you can be profitable after you don't go about spending money down in company, so you want to expand your market share. You keep acquiring companies, spending cash, and then call that, they're spending more than they're making, and then they're not profitable. They're not profitable, you have to do. You keep spending, you are spending cash here, that's profit cash here. They cannot profitable, they're negative.
They plan on diversifying and acquiring new companies in Israel and also acquiring machineries and security. Dropbox gets yearly people pay for their premium. 2%, 2% is premium. Yes.
So practically, like if you drop off to the other people, the reality is to the other people. So that's how we make money. So let's explain that drop off makes money from having to put it on to users that want more space.
Dropbox gets Dropbox gets revenue by charging users that want more space. 2% of 5 million users are on the premium. Use the premium. 500, okay, 5 million users use the premium service, and also giving them a revenue of one giving them a revenue of 1 billion yearly. And also it operates on Apple, which is one of the which is number which is number one tech company in the world. And also Dropbox is also traded on the Nasdaq. mm, Exposes them. Okay. I will be entering the market at $30 and setting my take profit at 70. Because they are expanding and acquiring other.
They're trying to overcome from the top selling. So see that because of rapid expansion, we are able to grow and as we become as we keep growing, we reduce the cost in the monetization of the budget. Because then you know, because when you talk to the other cost, it's not possible. So what happens is that they're going to learn the price. Because I think a lot of money you have to do that to the what you do because of the business. And also it's going to like see the guy to the not the company, when you go to work and you do it and you come to work. You may not talk about that until you get the so if you learn to buy it, you could do that and you can start and then get a kind of the other everything. That's the reason why it's pretty good. And they expect that they will become profitable very soon and that's what they need to do and cost of the digital. So yeah, that was I'm not looking at that. And calm down, people are going to be here.
I'll be going long on Dropbox. Dropbox is a technology company that enables users to share files, pictures, and videos. It is headquartered at San Francisco, California, and listed on the New York Stock Exchange. As of last year, their revenue was $1.1 billion, and net income was $111 million. Their EPS was minus 0.26%, while their market cap was $12.5 billion. Dropbox is planning on expanding and diversifying into by buying security and machinery companies, and also acquiring talent from Israel, Tel Aviv. They are also, apart from all this, Dropbox operates on Apple, which is the number one tech company in the world, and also listed on Nasdaq 100, which exposes them to investors. I'll be buying Dropbox is a good investment because for now they are trying to acquire companies and also grow, which will probably increase their revenue in the nearest future and make them a profitable company very soon. I'll be entering the market at $30 and setting my take profit at $70 and my stop loss at $29. Yes.
So hi, my name is Refinery, and I'm teaching here in London, CNO Financial Incorporated. And I can talk about $20. So hi, my name is Refinery Emmanuel. I'm teaching going London, CNO Financial Incorporated. My target cost is about $20, which was going to about 20% upside from the current share price about $19, $19.45 as a Friday. Standard Financial Group Incorporated on March 25, 2003 is a holdings company for group insurance company operating through analysis that develops, administers, and markets insurance products, health insurance products, annuities, other insurance products, and other insurance products. Alright, so Standard Financial Group currently serves the American middle-income consumers, retired and seniors. This is headquarters in Indiana, Canada, United States, and it's currently the shares of the company is currently traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and it's a member of S&P 500. It's a middle cap company with a market capitalization of about $3.2 billion and total outstanding shares of 125.6 million shares. Second financial group, if we look at the company's recent financial ratio metrics, suggest that the shares of the company is currently trading in the value territory, as shown by the company's PE ratio, which is less than 1, 0.88, the company's PEG ratio, which is also less than 1, 0.86, and also the price to book value ratio, which is 0.70. Alright, so this all indicates that the company's share is currently undervalued and presents a possibility for a potential upside. Also looking at the company's 10K filing, also looking at the company's strategic direction, as shown in 2018 10K filing, we discover that the company is currently committed to delivering shareholder value. For example, the company is focused on maintaining a competitive dividend payout ratio, increased profitability, and ROE. Also, the company has consistently, over the last 5 years, outperformed the S&P 500, which indicates that it's a good buy. The company's insurance subsidiary currently has license to trade in all the 50 states of the United States, which implies that the company's profitability will not be affected drastically by any change in any region of the country. So I feel that the company is actually trying to enter a growth phase, driven by its re-energized distribution strategy, which is targeted at the baby boomers. They currently constitute 20% of the American population, and as such, and most of them are either largely underinsured or are do not have access to insurance guidance, and also most of them are either near or at the retirement age. So I feel that the company is well positioned to serve the American middle-income consumers, and as such, the company would definitely be profitable, and the shares of the company over time would rise. This would drive the company's the company's current price, market price, towards its actual price as shown by its book value. So I'll be entering the market at $19.5, and I'll be setting my stop loss at my take profit at $50, and my stop loss at $19. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Samuel, and I'll be teaching a hold on June stock. Yeah? Okay, I'll be pitching for hold on June stock. Yeah, hold. Buy hold. Buy and hold. Yeah, yeah. Yes. multinational conglomerate headquartered at Boston, Massachusetts, with an employees of 213,000 and a net income of 5.29. The number of employees, total number of employees of 313,000 and net income of 5.87 billion dollars. So G right now was boosted as the last month was boosted out of the Dow Jones Industrial Expert. They were boosted out of the Dow Jones on industrial average at the last month due to their performance, and they've dropped their stock has dropped 5% over the last 12 months and to 5% just this year alone. But the CEO John Clara has been in a restructuring plan, which whereby there has been a sell-off of some of the company's portfolio, and a view on this is that they want to concentrate on the core part of the business, which is the aviation business and the healthcare business. So this sell-off they've actually started this sell-off, and they've sold us the transportation business to WAPTEC or the WAPTOC, and they collected $2.9 billion upfront. And with this money, they will be able to develop some of the existing business they have, and this will make a further improvement in their stock price. As at on Friday, the day range was 13.18 to 12.61, and the day close was 13.06. And for the analyst forecast for this quarter and last quarter was 13, and currently they've been compared, the performance have been compared to analyst results. So the struggling industrial conglomerate reported an adjusted profit and revenue that fell from a year ago but beat analyst expectations, even its biggest but most troublesome power businesses topping revenue forecast. And recently the stock was the most actively traded actively traded stock on the US exchange, with volume surging to 171.3 billion shares. There was a major buy on the stock at that Friday of 191,000 shares at the at 13.04. So what I'm holding is because the company is undergoing a restructuring plan, trying to focus on just some of the core business its own and its aviation business, which is its aviation business and aircraft business. And GE recently fulfilled its promise to keep its EPS number easily viewable bullet points, so that investors will be able to view different parts, EPS of different parts of the business is operates on. So I'll hold the stock if I'm already on a buy. I'll hold the buy for. Okay, I would buy the stock and hold at a target price of 15.33. Stop loss of 12 points. Okay, stop loss at 12.04. Yeah, take profits at target price of 15.33.
Okay, you have to again. I'm here to pitch along on Starbucks. So Starbucks is, sir? Yeah, something. Okay, so Starbucks is an American coffee company and a coffee house chain headquartered in Seattle, Washington, and has a large and is present in a lot, over 28,000 locations, 28,000 locations in 75 countries around the world. It is traded on the Nasdaq 100 since it has been traded on the Nasdaq 100 since 1992. Okay, it's traded on the New York Stock Exchange and it's a component of the Nasdaq 100. So it is traded on the New York Stock Exchange and the component of the Nasdaq 100. Starbucks has experienced increasing revenues in at 21 million and 22 million year on year respectively in 2016 and 2017, and presently has its revenue at 12 million second quarter of 2018, which is an increase of 0.2% from that which it was at Q2 of 2017, and this has been due to its continuous expansion into new markets, especially its growth in China and Japan, and also its 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 opening of new expansion into new locations across Europe and Middle East and Africa, and also its new technology interface, which allows consumers to order coffee and other food products like at a go instantly, has also increased its sales turnover by 30%, and it has reduced its cost. It has found a way of reducing its cost drastically by 30% in 2016 and 2017 to 18 billion and 17.5 billion respectively. Now this has been as a result of improved efficiency in its management, in cutting costs and reducing all downsides and covering all loopholes in its market segment. Starbucks presently has its earnings per share Starbucks earnings per share was at 1.9 and 1.97 in 2016 and 2017, and presently at 2.05, and it has an increasing dividend. Okay, it has been paying and an increasing dividend from 0.85 to 1.05 year on year from 2016 to 2017. It is presently trading at $52.21, which is an increase of 1.48% from the last trading session. And I wish to enter the market at $50, and I propose a long, and I put my take profit at $70 in the next 6 months as we hold on and watch how the market trajectory moves before the end of the year. And I'll put my stop loss at 40 dollars.
Thank you. So I'll be teaching in short on snapping. Snapping is an American technology of camera company that is okay. Snap Inc. is an American okay, so our pitching is short on Snap Inc. Snap Inc. is an American technology and camera company that's headquartered in Los Angeles, New York, and they they have a variety of what? They are headquartered. Oh, sorry, Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, US. Los Angeles in the US. They have about four products. They have Snapchat, they have Bitmoji, Zen, and Spectacle. Yeah. So I'm putting a short on Snap because Snap has constantly over the last quarter. Stock exchange. I said that. Okay, so our pitching is a short on Snap Inc. Snap Inc. is an American technology and camera company that is headquartered in Los Angeles, USA, and they are listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Snap Inc. has about four products. They have Snapchat, Bitmoji, Zen, and Spectacle. I'm pitching a shot on Snap Inc. because over the last, I think they are listed, they are indexed, and I don't know if they are indexed or anything. Okay, Snap Inc. is currently trading at 12.7 US dollars as at Friday close yesterday. And I'm pitching a short on Snap Inc. because Snap Inc. over the last few years, over the last year, has performed really low. Like they have shown very poor performance over the last year and yes, over the last year. They currently do not issue any debts. They have not issued debts. They are not giving any dividend. So they have not paid any dividend in the last year, and their debt to equity ratio.
One of you.
Okay, our pitching is short and snapping. Snapping is an American technology and camera company that is headquartered in Los Angeles, USA. Snap Inc. is an American technology and camera company that is headquartered in Los Angeles, California, USA, and it is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. It is current Snap Inc. Okay, guys. Yeah, Snap Inc. has four products, which are Snapchat, Zenly, Bitmoji, and Spectacle. I'm pitching is short on Snap Inc. because Snap Inc. has performed really has shown sustained poor performance over the past year and this is due to okay. Okay, so this is due to they are not being able to compete. Stop laughing, man. So they're not being.
That's very good. Snapchat, when you're pitching short, you like to do Snapchat as a company is in good shape. Why? One, there's only $1 available for advertising globally. Google, Facebook, Twitter, newspaper, radio, TV, all fighting for it. Snapchat is on the bottom of the ladder. So if Snapchat has a 30% market share, for example, out of $1, constantly declining. Why are they constantly declining? When you say they're doing very fast among teenagers at scale, and it's like that, and so probably realize that, I need to do something about it. So you start cloning them. So disappearing videos is what you just wanted, right? Okay, so you don't see on Instagram. So because of that, they couldn't grow up fast anymore. So you grew from 0 to 3 million very fast. So you have to move from 3 million. You stop there for a while. So tech companies are measured by what they call DAUs and MAUs, daily average users and monthly average users. If MAUs have been dropping, all those stagnant in the past 1 year. Meanwhile, Zuckerberg's MAU has been from 1.5 billion to 2 billion. Now, if you have a company and you want to do $1 advertising, and one person comes with 30 million users, another person comes with 2 billion users, so you do this. And people want to entire internet. So people are facing $4 advertising. Snap gets to some go to 5, 10%, but it's not enough. Now, if the fund rate is good at their MAU, their monthly average users, maybe people will give them more money. You know, they have 10 million, so people are extra. If they are extra 100 million over the next quarter, I will give an extra 10 cents. But they're not growing. And why are they not growing? Because people like me go and take pictures with Snapchat and not put on Instagram. You don't use Snapchat. Because all the features you have, what that thing is called the full product, you just look at it as one of the feature as part of the product. So now Instagram stories are able to surpass Snapchat. The people using Instagram stories have support the entire owner of the product. As long as it doesn't go that content, go a bigger business, then people should trust you to download it now. Then you can't get advertising dollars. So there are like a lot of ways to shop it. Like this is like a cake for you. There are a lot of ways to shop. You start with the fact that they're competing in a market where the players are just much more bigger than them. And then two, they are not retaining users. So the tech company has to acquire users and they have to retain the users. So if you want to do the users, you can have to make them mistake. Sometimes people making this mistake. People are installing their app, people don't open their app anymore. So do that. So they are competing for advert dollars in a space where there are very massive players like Facebook and Google, and they cannot also get the users to pay. Those are the two major wahala. Once you can allow them to wahala, you can advocate for sure in the US. Yeah, we start all over again.
Okay, I'm teaching a short on Snap Inc. Snap Inc. is an American technology and camera company that is headquartered in Los Angeles, California, in the USA. And the Snap Inc. is an American technology and camera company that is headquartered in California, USA. And they are listed and it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Snap Inc. has a variety of products. They have four products. They have Snapchat, they have Bitmoji, they have Zenda, and Spectacle. I'll be teaching a short on Snap Inc. because over the last year, Snap Inc. has shown sustained poor performance, and this is due to the inability to compete in a market where there are far bigger and far massive players like Facebook and Instagram. And also they haven't been able to grow their daily average users and their monthly average users. Therefore, they have not become customers. They have not become users enough to compete in that space. For every dollar available for adverts, it has other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and television, newspaper, billboards competing for every dollar available for adverts, and it's like at the bottom of the food chain. Snap is currently trading at 12.7 US dollars, and they generated a revenue of $230 million US dollars, and $824 million year on year. While, however, their net income, their net loss is really a net loss of $385 million year to date, and a total of $3.4 billion year on year. Their operating cash flow records minus $734 million, and their investing cash flow records minus $1.34 billion. So I'm teaching a short on Snap Inc. with a quick profit on $10, and the stop loss at around $15. I should call you.
Thank you.
The microphone. Really dancing shuffle.